There's just something special about the beginning of a new console generation, and today I'm going to share with you my top 10 PS5 games coming out for Sony's next-gen system. People of the internet, RetroRaconteur here. If we're meeting for the first time, I'm just a dad who loves games and the stories they tell. We post videos every week here on YouTube and also stream over on Twitch. Ah, that sweet, sweet smell of a new console generation. And let me tell you guys, I'm hyped for some new games. After you finish with my list, don't be shy. Let me know down in the comments which games you are most hyped for, because I know I'm not gonna get them all. Number 10, Destruction AllStars. I was so happy to see Destruction AllStars move to PlayStation Plus, even if it did come with a slight delay of the game, which is now scheduled to hit in February of 2021. Look, I grew up with Twisted Metal 2, and this is giving me some serious flashbacks in a good way here. Although there have been numerous car combat games over the years, in my opinion, none of those have come close to surpassing what Twisted Metal 2 did, even the Twisted Metal sequels. This is one of those games I thought had the potential to be a real sleeper hit with a new console launch. However, I feared it would be overshadowed by the big budget titles such as Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty. With limited funds after spending money on a new console, a few games, and an extra accessory or two, chances were high that Destruction AllStars was going to be left out in the cold of a busy launch. By moving the game to PlayStation Plus, though, Sony is guaranteeing there will be a solid audience, which is so important for any game with a focus on multiplayer. Destruction AllStars features online battles for up to 16 players, as well as a single-player campaign with over 50 events. Number 9. Bugsnax. Okay, you guys know, as a dad, I'm all about the family-friendly games, so I was pretty excited to see Sony feature a game like Bugsnax at the PS5 reveal event. This one immediately pops with color and has an undeniable charm from the first moment you see it and hear it. It reminds me a bit of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, although its gameplay is inspired by titles such as Pokemon Snap and Ape Escape. It's described as a first-person adventure game with 100 different species of Bugsnax for players to capture. My son and I can't wait to dive in. Number 8, Returnal. My hype for Returnal is based almost solely on my love for the devs at Housemarque. I think they're one of the most underappreciated devs in the entire industry. Resogun was a PS4 launch title that to this day is one of my favorite games on the system. They also made Nex Machina, Super Stardust, Dead Nation. The list just goes on, an absolutely insane quality library that sometimes went unnoticed. Returnal is a departure for them though, as they pivot away from arcade-style shooters into third person. Regardless, these guys know what makes good gameplay, and I fully expect Returnal to blow folks away when it launches. Hopefully the shift into a more popular genre will bring Housemarque the attention and sales they deserve. Number 7, Horizon Forbidden West. The big-time success of Horizon Zero Dawn made a sequel all but inevitable. I mean, come on, a third-person action game with a strong lead character, unique weaponry, and dinosaur mechs? Yes, please, give me more. The devs at Guerrilla are incredibly talented, as they've shown over the years with the Killzone titles, but making the move to a game like Horizon was clearly the right move. They showed they were capable of much more by delivering an open-world action game that also had a strong story. There's no doubt expectations will be very high for Forbidden West. Number 6, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It's hard to believe Ratchet is almost 20 years old, guys. For the younger ones out there who may not remember, Ratchet debuted on the PlayStation 2 all the way back in 2002. Seriously, guys, 2002! Despite his age, Insomniac continues to pump out games that get better and better than the ones before it. What's kind of crazy though is this will be the first truly new Ratchet game since Into the Nexus, which released on PS3 back in 2013. PS4 did have a Ratchet game back in 2016, but it was actually a remake of the first game, which was an incredible remake, by the way. Rift Apart is expected to have players jumping quickly between different worlds thanks in large part to the PS5 super fast SSD. We don't have a release date just yet, but most expect this one to hit in early 2021. Number 5, Spider-Man Miles Morales. This one certainly needs no introduction. After Insomniac gave us the incredibly popular Spider-Man game in 2018, we already know they have what it takes to deliver. To be honest with you guys, what surprised me most about that 2018 version of Spider-Man was how good they made the story. It's Insomniac, so we knew the action and gameplay would be top-notch, but the story really blew me away. Now we'll get to play as a new Spider-Man with Miles Morales. With the huge success of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and a sequel on the way, this game comes at a perfect time. Playing as Miles will give gamers a chance to explore a different character other than Peter Parker. And with the story being so good in the original game, I'm excited to see what they have planned out for Miles. Speaking of Into the Spider-Verse, we now have confirmation that this suit will be in the game, which is incredible. Not only that, Insomniac went the extra mile by giving us the option to have Spider-Man move at 12 FPS. Now, normally in a video game, we want higher frame rates, not lower, but this is a special circumstance because the frame rate actually would then match that of the film, making it feel even more like you're actually playing as Miles from the Spider-Verse flick. You do have the option of turning it off, however, if it proves too distracting or you're just not a fan of the effect. Number 4, Kana Bridge of Spirits. Look, we already know Spider-Man's gonna deliver, we know Horizon's gonna deliver, but maybe an under-the-radar title that really excited me from the PS5 reveal event is Kana. I'm not sure there was a trailer more impressive than what we saw with Kana Bridge of Spirits. The devs at Ember Lab put together an absolutely gorgeous trailer that generated plenty of hype almost immediately. Kana is a third-person action-adventure game that instantly reminded gamers of something like Zelda. This makes even more sense when you consider Ember Lab put together a 2016 Majora's Mask fan film called Terrible Fate. Check it out if you haven't seen it, it's incredible. I'll link to it down in the description below. Kana is expected to be a shorter title that the devs hope you can comfortably complete in a weekend. Who knows if this will change given the game's recent delay. I know I'd certainly be happy with an even longer experience if the devs choose to go that route. I mean, just look at this game, it's gorgeous. Number 3, Hogwarts Legacy. If you've been following my channel already, then this one shouldn't come as much of a surprise. I pretty much grew up with Harry Potter and have been dreaming for the ultimate Hogwarts game for years. Avalanche Software is the dev behind this one, not to be confused with Avalanche Studios, known for the Just Cause games. There's still a lot we don't know about Hogwarts Legacy and if it will be able to live up to the undoubtedly lofty expectations for it. But what we do know so far looks very promising. The game was leaked more than 2 years ago and was officially unveiled with a trailer at Sony's PS5 showcase event. I've covered what we know so far about Hogwarts Legacy quite extensively on my channel here, so click the interactive card above if you're looking for more info on that one. Moving on though to number 2, Demon's Souls. Not gonna lie to you guys, it took me multiple tries to get into the Souls games. I think I deleted Demon's Souls off my PS3 more than once before it finally clicked and I understood what all the fuss was about. I went on to play all of the other Souls games as well as Sekiro and consider them to be among my favorite games of all time. From what we've seen so far, it looks like the devs at Bluepoint have done a phenomenal job at taking that PS3 classic and putting a glorious, fresh coat of paint on it to make it look absolutely incredible on the PS5. Fans of the original, though, are even more excited about the frame rate. And no, Sony, this doesn't mean you're off the hook for Bloodborne. And at number 1, we have God of War Ragnarok. God of War did something that few franchises are able to accomplish in that it took what was an incredibly popular formula and completely turned it on its head. And actually succeeded doing it. As much as I appreciate the original God of War games for what they were, there's no doubt in my mind that the new version is even better. They replaced the angry, destroy everything in his path Kratos with someone much more relatable, even for a god. The relatability factor came as a result of his son Atreus, or maybe you remember him as Boy. Ha! You thought I was going to spoil it, didn't you? Nope, not here. Not on this channel. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, hurry up and play God of War already. For real. It wasn't just the story, though. The combat, upgrades, how you move through the world, pretty much everything was changed from the old school God of War games. A sequel was inevitable, and all we have so far is the cryptic teaser trailer, but honestly, that's really all we need to get hyped for a new God of War. That's gonna be it for today's video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.